If your reality has felt subtly but profoundly different lately, if the things that used to matter suddenly feel hollow, or if you feel like a stranger in your own life, you're not imagining it. What you're experiencing is a real, documented phase of spiritual awakening. There's a reason it's happening now. We often treat awakening like a finish line, a happily ever after moment of bliss. But in reality, it's the starting pistol for the most grueling and beautiful journey you will ever take. The integration. During a spiritual awakening, your consciousness shifts before the mind has the tools to understand it. This creates a liminal stata threshold. It's like being in the middle of a bridge. The shore you left is shrouded in fog, and the shore you're heading toward isn't visible yet. This is where the new self is born, but it isn't born through magic. It's built through 3 specific stages: deconstruction, the void, and new architecture. If you feel more anxious now than you did before you woke up, stay with me. You aren't losing your mind. You're losing a mask that no longer fits. If this in-between feeling resonates with you, let me know in the comments. This channel is a dedicated space for those walking this exact path. By sharing your stage, you help others realize they aren't navigating this fog alone. The first thing to understand is that your awareness has expanded beyond its previous framework. You're no longer filtering reality through the same old lens. We call this the deconstruction. Think of your ego or your conditioned identity as a house you've lived in since childhood. It was built by your parents, your culture, and your past traumas. It kept you safe, but it's too small for the person you are becoming. In this stage, your interests change. You might find you can no longer sit through small talk or enjoy the hobbies that used to distract you. Relationships shift. You might feel a frequency mismatch with people you've then known for years. The why dissolves. You find yourself asking, why am I doing this job? Why do I speak this way? This is the demolition crew of the soul. It is loud, it is dusty, and it is necessary. You cannot build a cathedral on the foundation of a shack. This stage often feels unsettling because the ego hasn't caught up yet. Meaning temporarily dissolves, and the mind interprets this as loss or depression. This is the void. In the void, the old you is dead, but the new you is unborn. This is the dark night of the soul. The danger here is that the mind hates emptiness. It will try to fix the void by 1. Regressing, trying to go back to old habits just to feel normal. 2. Spiritual bypassing, clinging to spiritual labels or toxic positivity to avoid the discomfort of feeling nothing. The void is actually where your nervous system recalibrates. It is the sacred pause. If you feel flat or empty, understand that this is the ground being tilled. You aren't empty, you are spacious. This is the threshold phase. Once you have seen through the illusions of your old conditioning, you can't return to unconscious perception. You can't unknow the truth. However, many people get stuck here because they try to think their way into the new self. You cannot think your way out of the void. You can only be your way out. This is the pivot point where you stop looking for who you were and start observing the witness who's present right now. I want to be very clear. This is not a setback. If you feel confused, if you feel like you've lost your edge, or if you're more emotional than usual, this is progress. This is the space between who you were and who you're becoming. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. The work right now is not seeking more answers. It's allowing awareness to stabilize without forcing meaning. Practice. Neutral witnessing. When an old trigger happens, say, someone criticizes you, the old self would have defended itself. The void self feels the sting but doesn't react. Your only job is to sit in that gap. Don't label the feeling bad. Don't try to heal it immediately. Just say, I am aware that this sensation is occurring. By doing this, you are laying the first bricks of your new architecture. You are teaching your brain that you are the awareness of the emotion, not the emotion itself. A quieter, more spacious identity is forming one that doesn't need constant validation or control. This is the new architecture. This new self doesn't try to save the world or fix everyone. It simply exists. It moves from a place of presence. Your work becomes an act of service. Your relationships become mirrors of truth rather than power struggles. You realize that you don't have a life, you are life. If you weren't meant to awaken, you wouldn't be experiencing this resistance. The intensity of the deconstruction is proof of the beauty of the architecture to come. Trust the unfolding. The true self is not a thing to be attained, but the space from which you live. If you're navigating awakening with awareness rather than fear, subscribe to Awaken Within. We'll be diving deeper into the specific tools for the new architecture in the next video. Until then, stay in the pause.